First of all, I just want to say a massive thanks. We have reached our first 1,000 subscribers on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down some rhythmic pluck sounds from a psytech track that I'm working on. The plucks that I'll be showing you are these ones here. And they just add so much to this track. And so let's just break down the sound itself. It's got this EQ on it, which is just cutting off the very lowest frequencies and giving it a little bit of a bump in the high mids here. Then if I show you the patch, you'll see that it is literally just a random assortment of harmonics that I've added, and then just give it a bit of FM from B from a sine wave that is 3 octaves higher than this first waveform. And the random phase is turned to 0 on both. I have this volume envelope that gives it a little pluck, but stays ultimately quite open because it keeps the volume of the sound relatively intact, whereas most of the pluckiness is coming from this filter here. So if I were to drop the sustain here, it gets very plucky, but you are missing some of that thickness in the sound. Pretty much the only other thing that's happening on this page is a little bit of a pluck on the noise and the FM amount. But you want to be careful with the FM amount, because if you add too much pluckiness to the FM, then you can lose clarity in the transient, especially if you've got a longer transient. So making sure that it's nice and short and also a very small amount will keep the pluck a lot cleaner. And in fact, without the FM movement, it can be even cleaner, but sometimes it's very nice to have that little boost of harmonics at the transient. So you can see how the sound becomes cleaner, but slightly less punchy. So it's really up to you where you want to take that. And of course, the FM amount itself matters so much, because you move it just slightly, it's going to change the way that it's generating harmonics. So basically, you just got to play around with it until you find something that you find quite satisfying. Also, another thing that you can do if you want to alter the tone is you can change the phase of one of your FM modulators. I quite like where it's sitting at 180 though. It's got quite a solid feeling there. Then I've just got this second LFO that I have attached onto the drive. If I take off all of these effects, you can hear how it's just quite a busy FM tone. But then if I add the filter on, which gives a considerable amount of the character because it's just a nice pluck, making it just a nice stabby sound. And then if I add the distortion once again, because that is contributing a lot of the thickness and harmonics. I'll play you the sound in solo just to show you the evolution. Also note the sound is going through a reverb send as well. And then this comb filter is tuned to 38 Hz, which is the key of our track, D sharp. It's got quite a lot of resonance and a good amount of drive as well. And if you have a lot of resonance, then you'll start to get tails. But I think a bit less would actually be good, because then it keeps the sound a lot tighter. We've got this EQ, which is moving dynamically using this third envelope. And that is just giving this little boost in the mids, and it's giving us a boost in the highs as well. So without it, and with it, and then I've just added this diffuser filter here to kind of make it a little bit less rigid. And that's pretty much it. It's a relatively straightforward sound, but in context, it does wonders. The thing is with these kinds of sounds is it is very open-ended what the FM setup is. You know, I could have the octave of this modulator be lower, right? And then I can maybe, you know, use some kind of crazy distortion to make this a more complicated shape. And then I could potentially use bend or something like that to give it more FM-like qualities. That is going to do it for this video. I hope that opened your eyes to what's possible utilizing FM and a simple filter pluck to just create an effective sound that can push the rhythm of your track forwards. If you want to support the channel, you know what to do, and I'll see you on the next video.